Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to sit back. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I find no diamonds but I feel shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks playing like a Damu. The hardest part on my tongue, thinking this is warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. Just throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A bunch of sitting in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up. I'm jugging out through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the plaques to use a Decepticon. Straight rappers to retreats like Cobra. 80s looking for they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-man. Up, down, down, then I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle clans get defeated. Hot in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To get that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. You're from the West Coast right now. Get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And today, what I'm going to be going over is the new Ironheart trailer that just dropped on yesterday. Of course, you already know I've been at work. So shout out to Blue and Mika G and I can't think of the brother's name, for Real Reels. They stepped in for me last night on Blurred AF. Shout out to them for holding it down last night. So I didn't really get to go over what I wanted to go over because I was at work. So I'm going to replay, because I already see the trailer. So because of how copyrights and all of that is going on right now, I will be breaking down that trailer at half speed, just kind of going over it, seeing what, there's some things that's brand new in there, and I'll kind of want to see it at a slower speed. And then I'm going to jump over to John Campia because he actually did a reaction video to the new Ironheart trailer. I think he called it Weird Science or something of that nature. It was like a weird science. I forgot how honestly he said it, but I want to go over with with you guys to kind of see what he's talking about. I mean, again, he has came over to the channel and super chat, all of that, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that, but I kind of want to see what he's saying because I didn't watch it. So we gonna discuss all of that. So hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant Reacts channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, all right. Let me see who is up in the house. Marley Mar, what's up? Good morning. Xavier Phoenix, good morning. Chill, good morning. If I didn't already get ruined by watching it last night, I would have a natural reaction, but I already watched it. It was phenomenal, though. I can't believe what he did, but it was still phenomenal. Torian Rain Reloaded, what's up? Good morning. And shout out to Torian for the alley-oop on, because I even had somebody who was like, well, can you do a reaction video on the Birdman grift? And I'm like, has he ever grifted? Because he's the same dude I've been knowing since I was bugging him in his inbox. You know what I mean? So I mean in his comment section. So I don't know. It's new to me. But shout out for that alley-oop for that. And make sure that you guys are checking out Torian Rain Reloaded, Chill, of course, Junior Network. As soon as we get that Michael Jackson information, we gonna need you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? We gonna need you. Eric Shaw, good morning. And shout out again to Junior Network, who's up in the house. The Informant Media, shout out all the B1, cats up in here. Good morning. Robin D, good morning. And don't forget, all I ask for is a thumbs up. That's it. That's as simple as it gets. Or thumb it down. You might hate my guts. You might not like my forehead, my braids. You know what I'm saying? Did I cut the rest of my chin hair? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But just interact. Don't be over there lurking. You already know what to do. Stop playing. Lonnie J, good morning. My man Duran, good morning. Wakwan, my brother. Shalom to everybody. Rashad Walker, good morning. Tracy Woods, good morning. My man Andre Ware, the quarterback for the Houston Cougars. No, just is it the Houston Cougars? I don't know. But what's up, Andre Ware? You know I'll be messing with you. Sheep Animation is up in the house. Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad you up in here. He said he said we're living in original Sin City. Okay. Johnny watched it. Good morning. He said it's not the Billy Goat Gruff. Now who old now? Who knows about the Billy Goat Gruff? DeAndre Mosley, good morning. Hey, loser guy, he is Steve The hey loser guy is Steve is from All-Star Superman. I have no idea why Ark what you talking about. I have no idea. But good morning. All right. So before I get started, of course, yeah, he said like the beard cut, but missing a lower. Hey, I had to get back to professional me before I start working, lifting up tires, getting up under trucks all day. I used to be a very clean cut dude, very clean cut. And I just think for me, the time was now just to go back to what I used to look like, just clean cut, you know what I'm saying? Nice trim. Of course, I grew my hair out, but still, I used to always keep my face cut. You know what I mean? So I just think this is just me getting back to that. You know what I mean? That beard period. The first time I had a beard, I had it for 6 years. Then it was full and it was thick, and then I cut it, and then I grew it back out. It grew back out, like it started to thin at the ends. So I was like, skip that. Let me go back to, so looking decent up in this mug. Enrique, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Just wanted to look, you know what I mean? Black Gandalf was cool concept, but it's time for it. I had to cut it off like R-Truth. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all know my name. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't Ron Killians. It's Dre Mack, baby. All right. Let me shout out all of my crew members. Again, I got to update this real soon. So shout out to all of the crew members, of course, everybody that's invested. Let me go ahead. Let me plug them in. Let's go with that. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching, and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. So, bye. And again, shout out to all the crew members that invested in this channel. You guys are a blessing. Robert D gave away 10 more memberships yesterday. I really, really appreciate all the crew members. Because, besides I got to work so hard, y'all kind of keep a brother not working that hard. You know what I mean? Not as hard as because normally I ain't going to lie. If they could, I'd probably be at work every day. I'm not even going to hold you. You know what I'm saying? But so I appreciate you guys who come in early mornings to kick it with me, laugh, joke, have a good time. I really appreciate you guys. Tina, aka Mentagasm, is up in here. Good morning. And again, don't forget to like the video. If y'all enjoying the live streams, y'all do that, go ahead, just give me a thumbs up. That's all I ask for. And hopefully I earn your like today. But before we get into all of our activities, again, this is Men's Mental Health Month. So I wanted to make sure that I am promoting the Men's Mental Health Month. If you guys, if there's men, that's in the chat there, you feel like you don't have nobody to talk to or anything, make sure that you go and try to get the necessary help that you need. There's plenty of programs that's out there so you could be able to talk to a counselor, a therapist, or whatever, just so you could take that 15 seconds that you feel down and turn it into 15 seconds of you changing your life forever. So let me go ahead and play this video for, Men's Mental Health Month. This video is directed towards the men. This month is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I'm bringing something to you guys. I want to let you know that you are needed and you are loved. Why am I talking to the men right now? Because 22% of us actually take our own lives every year in America, compared to only 6% of women. Men, I know that our jobs could be stressful. I know our families could be stressful. The things that we go through can be stressful, but let you know there's a brotherhood of people who want to see you get help. You are needed. You are loved. We are here for you. We're here for your family. Go get help. There's nothing wrong with going to get help. You're talking to somebody who kicks depression and anxiety's ass every day. And I'm also a survivor of almost committing suicide. So if you need any information, it's below in the comments. Vibe higher. And again, any man out here that feels like, that they just need an extra boost or somebody to talk to, there is a lot of information that's out there. I don't mind, giving you that information, offline, whatever. I just want to know, let the men know that they have help out here. So, So again, just representing that, I know, because people are like, well, it's Pride Month too. You know what I'm saying? And hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I want everybody to shout out you. You know what I'm saying? If you're part of the LGBTQ Q plus community, we ain't forgot about you either. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. And I think what is it? Johnny Watson says also Afro Caribbean month. Hey, shout out to all the Afro Caribbeans. Also, you know what I mean? But for me, men's mental health is near and dear to my heart because I did, almost let myself up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with a bad relationship and the way that I was feeling and all that. I almost got up out of here. So it's near and dear to my heart. Just like somebody in the LGBT community, that Pride Month is very close to their heart. This one is just close to me more than anything. So again, shout out to all the men who are survivors, who keep going, who keep pushing no matter what. You got love from Dre Mack coming to you right now. All right. We can celebrate it all. Absolutely. We can celebrate it all. You know what I mean? But you also you celebrate every victory that you possibly can. So yeah, I mean, the Affordable Media, it's all good. It's all good. That's why I'm here, to let everybody know that I've been through it, I survived, and you can too. He said, facts, man, mental health is important, fellas. Nothing wrong with getting the therapy. There's nothing wrong with it. Trust me, I would not be here if it wasn't for that. You know what I'm saying? And you are, very, very, you are right on this one. American Ninja Girl, good morning. Good morning. I see you coming here. Roberta's up in here, the church auntie. And all y'all better watch out what y'all be saying in them chats too. Better not be doing no cussing in here. She gonna get you. All right, go ahead. Let's start this. This Ironheart trail again. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to cut it because I don't know what's going on with YouTube and a lot of these big these big companies or whatever, these big studios. You can't even play a trailer now sometimes without getting hit unless you're a big channel. And it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna slow this down. Because I watched it last night. No sound. Go slow it down. We're gonna skip a little bit. You know what I'm saying? To certain spots. And then we're gonna talk about it, and then I'm gonna flip over to John Campia and see what he has to say and do a reaction video to that also. So let's go. Okay, so obviously we're overlooking Chicago, and again, let me let people know that this is a Disney Plus show. This is not a major movie. So there's probably going to be low budget moments. She's not going to be flying around in that suit every episode because that costs money. So I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to let you guys know that off tops, that I can already tell people are going to be like, the CGI, they're going to find, they're going to find something wrong with it. Again, I'm not going to be biased because Dominique Thorne's a sister up in here, my man Anthony Ramos, you know what I'm saying, who is literally the definition of Afro-Latino because he's mixed. You know what I'm saying, is up here. That's my guy, though. If it's one of the up-and-coming stars that I would love to meet, is Anthony Ramos. I would love to meet that dude or sit down and have a conversation with him. You know what I'm saying? Or anything. I'm putting that out in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? That I would love to have an interview with Anthony Ramos because I just think he's just one of those dudes who has swagger. You know what I'm saying? He has the acting chops. I want to see big things for his career, man. I do. I really do. So we're over on Chicago. This looks like Dominique Thorne is walking, and this looks like a facility. I don't know if this is MIT or not. I can't tell by the landscape. Be positive. What's up? So here it looks like she's at home. If I'm not mistaken, this looks like a younger Riri Williams too. If you look at like her afro, and that looks more, I'm going to give, and I'm glad they showed this. I'm going to break that back. This looks more like her comic book counterpart. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But because she looks, even though Dominique Thorne is damn near 30, you know what I'm saying? This looks more like her comic book counterpart to me. She does look smaller. but because of the afro, the way her hair is out, this looks like her comic book counterpart, which I like. I wanted them to do that. You know what I'm saying? And then they did something in this trailer that I loved, and I can't wait to get into it. I can't wait to get into it. They showed her stepdaddy. Now, of course, I'm not going to do any spoilers for her father. I don't know if they're going to go that far into the comic book lore if this, gets a season 2 or they explore more of her detail in this or whatever. Mike Bree, what's going on? He said the new Jarvis looks funny to me, but this is something that if you've been around the channel, we had a conversation with other YouTubers about black fathers. You know what I'm saying? He said it's flashback lightning. He said that's my baby for Chicago PD. Hey Tina, you got a lot of babies around here. You know what I mean? Got a lot of them. I'm watching you. Nah, I'm just playing. But I do like the fact that they showed her stepdad. Her stepdad and her best friend is quintessential to the character of Riri Williams. So it looks like it's going to be somewhat comic accurate when they're talking about her family dynamic. And I love the fact that they show, even though if I should say filter, not lightning. But if the tragic story, I mean, he basically gets Uncle Ben. Let's just keep it. I'm going to spoil it. He basically gets Uncle Ben. But he's integral to her character because of what he showed her. And I like the fact that they showed her father in this and him being a big part in a black girl's life. Again, this is something that I've had a problem with a few shows, not named Disney. For the simple fact is that, it is other than Disney by showing a young woman with her father, whether it's her stepfather, her real father, a father figure. That's all I really care about. Now, of course, if you know the comics, you know what happens. But showing her black father in this, just in this flashback, her being a kid, he loving on her. This is what I'm talking about. Were you talking about black positive representation? You know what I mean? This is something that I love to see because I'm like this with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? What up, HBK? Hi, boys. Good to see you up in here. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. They canceled it. Thank you. But this is because again, if my little girl sees this movie, sees this show, whether it's my youngest daughter or my older daughter, they know how I am with them. You know what I'm saying? They get all the loves from me. What's up, Arbico? They know they get all the love from me. Even when my oldest one getting on my nerves, she gets all my love. You know what I mean? So to see that and to reflect, oh, my dad does that. You know what I'm saying? I think it hits me differently. This trailer, when I seen it at work, for the little break that I had, I seen it at work, it hit me differently when I seen this. Because I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Just for the brief second, show a black man loving on his daughter. You know what I mean? And the real life things that happens in Chicago, especially in the 2010s. The 2010s was wild for Chicago, man. I was really praying for people up in Chicago, man, because it was wild. You know what I mean? And if you know, this is beautiful. I'm loving all of this. And then we're seeing Natalie, which is the AI, for her. If you know the comics, if you know the original AI was Tony Stark in the comics, because he recruited her basically no different than Batman and Robin. It's no different. Why people over here, making fun, and I did read the comments of this trailer for people. People are stupid. You know what I mean? So they did in the comics, Tony Stark recruited her. You know what I mean? And Tony Stark did an AI version, uploaded his consciousness as an AI to help her. You know what I'm saying? I think he was in a coma in that comic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a replacement. He was just in a coma. He came out. You know what I'm saying? And then she went off. Yeah, she flew off in her Iron Man suit. No different than Rhodey. Rhodey did the same thing during Demon in the Bottle. He was flying around in the Iron Man suit. They thought it was Tony Stark until that black Negro head came out. I was like, oh, snap. You know what I mean? Oh, and people had a problem with that too. You know what I mean? Because of the time period. And it's sad that they had a problem with that in that time period, and they're having the same damn problem in 2025. We're supposed to be over it. You know what I mean? Move on, but y'all can't help but move on when it comes to racism. Y'all don't want to move on from that. But anyway, let me keep going. I just wanted, but yes, this sister, this is Natalie. This is the AI, and she named it after her best friend that was tragedy that happened within her comic book origin, and they're showing a flashback. And again, if you know, you know. And I kind of glad they used Dominique Thorne, because Dominique Thorne is a older woman. I'm joking, she's damn near 30, but damn, I'm kind of thinking she's damn near 30. I think she's like 28 or whatever, but she looks so youthful, and she's so small she could play a younger version of herself without being a weird AI or, de-age or whatever. She could play a younger version of herself. And this is the tragedy that she's going through. You know what I mean? And then this is a mural, obviously, to represent her dad and her best friend that was gone. Obviously, this is her mother. Her mother and Dominique is having, a heart-to-heart. So this is, and in the trailer, they talk about, out of all the things you want to build, this is what you want to do, so shout out to Chicago. I ain't been to Chicago in a minute. That's an 8-hour drive for me. I ain't nothing but an 8-hour drive up 30, up 55. I-70 going towards St. Louis, bam, hit the 55. Yeah, I can either go to Memphis or Chicago. I need to make a trip to Chi-Town. This looks like this actually looks like a junkyard where this is car parts that she's in right now. And she's going to look for the car parts. And then obviously this is somebody slipping her some money, because this says Desperados. I can't make out. It's Desperados, but I maybe I went a little too far, but hold up. I'm trying to check it. Okay, I couldn't catch it. But this looks shady as hell. Let's be real. This looks shady. Damn. I'm trying to catch it. This is doing this live. I can't. It's Desperado something. I can't make it a pizza. Desperado's Pizza or something like that. So she's over here. She's working on the mech suit. And she got the power online, and is she working on Windows? Yeah, she's got the stabilizer, everything. So this is obviously the scene that we seen in the last trailer with her having the mech suit on the actual car, on the Subaru, and she's dragged with wheelbarrow on it. She is so cute. That's my man. I forgot. That's Han Solo. Everybody, shout out to Han Solo. Even though I do not like Solo, that movie, I did not like that. Shout out to I can't think of his name, but shout out to him. In the solo movie. Oh yeah, this is Desperado's Pizza. So I was right. And then my man Anthony Ramos playing the hood. That's my guy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would literally, he's one of the rare actors I would literally geek out, because I just like, ever since Hamilton, man, he won me over in Hamilton. Best part with Lando. I just did not like that movie. All right, she's going back to make it. Obviously, she's making a mask for her armor, and we're getting an actual practical suit. You know what I mean? Not nanotech, so that's cool. So she's letting them, she's up in the Ironheart suit. I wonder, is this version 1 of the suit? I guarantee you, there's going to be probably 3 versions of the suit. The prototype, which that's what the same one Tony Stark had. He had the Mark 1, the original suit that he got out the cave with a box of scraps. Then you got the Mark 2 suit that he worked on. Oh, Hamilton is dope. Hamilton is one of the best musicals I've ever seen in my life. And I like Hairspray. Is it Hairspray? Yeah, I like Hairspray. You know what I'm saying? And Little Shop of Horror. If you know, you know. And Grease. But I'm a theater kid, so you know what I mean? And yeah, I seen that the magic and the science is merging, which if you go back, and I want to see this scene because I want to know if Doctor Strange is going to end up meeting up with this, and then she's flying off in the suit. This looks like the version 1 suit. Or I say the version 1 is the one that we seen her in Wakanda Forever, since she didn't get to keep the Wakanda suit. But Captain America got to keep the wings. Then we see these, these figures in these that's in these suits. I wonder, is this the FBI, or this could be the DOD? You know what I mean? This can literally be the DOD. And the reason why I said this could be the DOD, because of her having technology that's close to Stark Tech. This can still lead it. Now, I know I see people in the comments, I'd rather have Armor Wars. Well, me too. You know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be a movie. It was supposed to be a TV show. Then I don't know what the hell happened to it. But it would be nice if they did merge some things that's going on with Armor Wars to this. The reason why I think that would actually work, for the simple fact, is that if James Rose, who has Stark Tech, can be able to link up with this woman and merge those two together while also merging the magical side with Doctor Strange, I think, especially if you can set up the ground level stuff with Armor Wars, but also merge it into that Midnight Suns territory. I mean, you might be able to kill some two birds with one stone and still elevate Dominique Thorne as a viable superhero for the new champions. Because I don't think they're going to call it the Young Avengers. I believe they're going to call it the champions. You know what I mean? So that's just me personally. Let's keep going. Yeah, she looks like she was trying to get it. She was trying to escape for something. Now I'm more curious about what's going on in this. Now we got these three henchmen, and is this the guy from the pizza shop? I think this is the guy from the pizza shop that we seen earlier, or the pizza place. She looks like she's directly out of that Spider-Man cartoon. Both of them look like they straight out the Spider-Man cartoon that we just see, which I should have did reactions to that, because I'm not gonna lie, that was dope. That was dope. How about Vision and Ironheart, him cameo in post credit? It could. You said that's Tina Carano on the right. Hold up, that's not Tina Carano, is it? I don't know. Or is it Timu Tina Carano? I don't know. And she look like she just got out of something. Attention, do not enter while soldering is in progress. Man, I learned how to solder. That's hard. That's hard. All right, this looks like MIT. This looks like when she first got to MIT. And this looks like this is a new. Oh, wait a minute. I did not notice that my girl had like the Donatello goggles. I did not know that. And that's one of those Japanese bowls. I think they're made out of brass, but they're over here. They over here on their whatchamacallit, on their Peter Parker right here. I kind of like this. And again, this is just me, but I don't know. I think a smart, sexy sister is that just, I think that's, oh my God, I'm over here. A nerdy, sexy sister is, let me stop. I'm over here like Tina over here. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was dope. The Craig of the Creek, yeah, I got you. Oh, Johnny Washington, oh, most definitely. If they do a season 2, oh, most definitely on it. Every episode, I'm most definitely on it. But I like this. Oh my God, she got the Donatello glasses, but she just looks so good. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm geeking out. I'm sorry. And then you got my man Anthony Ramos over here with the I don't know what's going. I mean, he got the bass popping out. Is this Mephisto coming to get what is going on? I don't know. I don't know too much about the hood, You know what I'm saying? I know about the hood. You know what I'm saying? I know about Compton and you know what I'm saying, all of that. I don't know what's going on with my man over here. Is he being possessed? Is that what happens when you wear the hood? You get possessed by something? Of course, we seen this in the trailer where she stops. Oh, she's being chased. She is being chased in that scene. So what is up, Stargate? You said the G.I. Joe dude. Yeah, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, people. All right, so this look like this is inverted. I'm trying to. They flip it on his head. This must be some magic going on, or they really got some bomb. You know what I'm saying? Sticky icky. Is that Cree Summers? If I'm not mistaken, that looks like Cree Summers. And then you see, I don't know what this. I can't make this out. That's why I slowed it down. But this looks like Cree Summers. I don't know. With the Smokey and the Bear hat, it could be, which I would love to see that. I don't know, Eric Shaw. I'm kind of, you know, he said the hood he wears is a Mephisto artifact. So as we finally go to get some Mephisto, that looks like Cree Summers. And if it's Cree Summers, she for one, for her being a voice of a lot of people's generations, she needs all of the flowers you could possibly give. That's just, you know, for me, my introduction to her on A Different World, to her being so many different voices throughout, you know, especially people that came a decade before me, you know what I'm saying, being the part of their childhood, she needs all the flowers. She needs all of them. But that looks like that's her and her mom. So these look like ruins, but is that Ironheart with that type of power? I'm not for sure. But it looks like all of this energy is this magical energy, and then you see these ruins. And if I'm not mistaken, this looks like ruins, but ruins that came from the same magical powers that Wanda had. I mean, I'm not trying to get too excited about this show, but if they have any connections to Wanda in the chaos magic or whatever, or something adjacent to that to tie in magic, because remember, or it could be Kang, but Kang's energy is not that. Remember, the quantum energy is a totally different color. Remember, Marvel is really good about color coding things that they see. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the 10 rings, because even the 10 rings has a different color. It has a gold glow with the 10 rings. This has a red glow. You know what I'm saying? The gold that you see in the 10 rings is also the same energy that you've seen in with Kang and the energy that he was using to power up his ship. That's why I still think they dropped the ball. And hopefully, again, I would love to see Jonathan Majors come back as Kang, finish his story. You know what I mean? But you can't separate that. So you gotta have that. But this, I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little excited, y'all. I wasn't trying to murk. I wasn't trying to be excited. This is why I'm excited. Because if you could tie in, you know, Dormammu, the energy that you see, that the chaos magic, the oh God, what's the name of the book? Oh God, the Darkhold, the magic that the chaos magic, that ties in it, so we can be able to tie in the dark realm of the MCU. So then when we introduce Ghost Rider, Blade, you know what I mean? Like, do you know the mystical side, vampires, all of that, all the stuff that they mentioned inside of the TVA in Loki season 1. I'm trying to tell you, they can course correct. All I'm saying is right now they can course correct if they do this right. Yeah, I still, you know, I want Ironheart to shine and all of that. I do want her to shine, but still start tying in different threads, using this show as a catalyst. I'm trying to tell you, they have a chance. But with these ruins, that is magical ruins that Doctor Strange uses. So again, this would be dope if you could tie in a lot of stuff, with magic from Doctor Strange, from Wanda. This can literally tie. Now, I'm gonna say this. It is, I never say Agatha was bad, but if they could tie in Billy's magical ability, because he does use the same energy as Wanda. He is part of the champions. Guess who's also part of the champions? Ironheart. You might be, Miss Marp, you could tie in. That's all I want them to do is start tying in these loose ends. If they use the show to tie in, I'm with it. The 6th episode, I wish they wouldn't have dumped like 3 and 3. I wish this was going on like episode at a time for 6 weeks. But this looked like whatever she had, I don't know if it blew up. But this is my man Anthony Ramos coming in, looking all mysterious. Coming in with 2, you know what I'm saying? 2 pistols. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, he looked kind of dope too. Only on Disney Plus, yada yada yada. Because Mama's like, why you got to do this? Okay, so this is where I believe this is the same ruins as Doctor Strange. It's the same magical properties that you've seen with Doctor Strange, but I believe this is more like the Darkhold energy. That's what it looks like. Stargate, that was out there, but again, he turned around and Trump. He turned around and was Norman Osborn in your favorite neighborhood Spider-Man. So it not necessarily a skull, but his eyes was dark, which gets me excited. Now, this looks like this is Dominique's homegirl, the girl with the glasses. She's the one who's writing all this energy out. But if I'm not mistaken, that looks like it could be like Darkhold or information that talks about the dark. I don't know, but it looks like Darkhold energy. It looks like the same ruins that Wanda was giving off. And now you see it's affecting the suit. Oh, so it was her. If that's the new suit. That's the new suit. They're just not going to reveal it, but that's the new suit. But now you see the same ruins infecting her suit. Now tell me this don't look like Doctor Strange stuff. Tell me, I'm trying to tell. If they mix it and we can get some Doctor Strange, all of that. What is going on, Mika G? Cinematic Nightmares. Make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. But man, I'm trying to tell you, if they do this right, they can tie in Armor Wars and Midnight Suns or whatever they want to do with the dark side of the universe, man. But you can see it now, and I think she's going to be affected by this. This is okay. Remember, I was talking about her doing crimes and all of that, and she's affected with whatever this chaos. He said, TV budget, you'll get Wong. We probably would. But he is the Sorcerer Supreme right now. So, but if we get, okay, this is what I want to explain. Remember, I was talking about her being affected or whatever. She's doing crimes, and she's affected with whatever energy that comes out, and it could be Mephisto's energy and all of that to make her do the things that she's doing. That would make more sense than just her. She's just doing it out of her free will because we got to show drama. She's got to be mischievous, and she's infected with this. That's a totally different subject, and I it's a different story. But I got to see how they play this. This looks like this might be doper than what you think. This might be, if they do it right, this might be a little doper than what you think. We got Han Solo up in here. Then that's Obadiah Stay's son. And she's flying around. I think this is the new suit. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. This trailer looks way better. You know what I'm saying? This look, she's over here. She got her thoughts together. She's over here taking a nap. And her friend just pops up as an AI. And she like, oh, snap, son. So brain mapping, subject Riri Williams. So she was over here mapping her own brain to the actual suit. So she had 3.1 hours and she still had, 21 percent. Why does that look like Letitia? Okay, so if you look, I don't know if you guys can see it, if my mouse is showing it, but this looks like it says Letitia, LILETICIAM3LLO caching. I don't know, but I don't know why that reminds me of Letitia Wright. You understand, who is also, Shuri. So it shows the timer. So it looks like she was uploading her brain scans up to the new suit. Something that I would have loved to see Tony Stark do. And now she's using that technology to upload her friend into her thing. She was like, "Who you think it would have been, bish? Yeah, bish." And she like, "Huh?" She got a personality. And she like, "Huh?" I don't know, man. I think this might be better than what people is giving it for. I know he with the budget we can't. Benedict Cumberbatch costs too much. Wong, you're up. But I don't know. I think this might be better. I think this might be a sleeper, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. But if this is a sleeper, then I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Because then it'll prove a lot of these haters wrong. So what did y'all think about the breakdown on this? Tell me, put it in the comment section. What did y'all think? Do you think this might be a little bit better than what you guys think? Tell me in the comment section below. I should have did this for the first trailer, but I'm glad I was able to do this for the second trailer. But let's switch gears real quick. And let's go over to John Campia because I want to hear what he had to say about about this trailer. So again, shout out to John Campia for coming through, donating to the channel and everything. I really appreciate that. I literally just seen this. Okay. Ironheart dropped second trailer. All right. So give me just a second. Let's get him queued up. And let's go. Let's see. Man, I hope I'm not getting my hopes up too, but it does look a lot. Man, if they do it right, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I don't know. Yeah, hey, let's see what he says.
That down.
Oh,
let's move on.
I'm tripping. I forgot I had it at half speed. But I'm gonna kind of speed it up a little bit just so I could get through it. And yeah, we're all good. All right. Whoops. And like I said, me slowing it down made it a lot better than what I seen it this morning. All right, let's go.
That down. Let's move on to this, shall we? A brand new Ironheart trailer has just dropped for the upcoming Disney Plus series. Now, I admit that I was really intrigued by the whole I'm over everybody in the MCU has to be Iron Man now, right? The Dora Milaje have Iron Man suits.
That's true.
Freaking Spider-Man has an Iron Man suit.
I almost forgot about the Dora Milaje having those suits. I literally forgot that they had those suits. I totally forgot. But let me go back because he said it is right, even though it's comic accurate it's not. The suit is not technically comic accurate, but it is a Iron Man-esque suit that just doesn't fly. But it is the Iron Spider suits.
Freaking Spider-Man has an Iron Man suit. Iron Man obviously has an Iron Man suit. We got the Battle suit. And then we got into Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Riri Williams literally has an Iron Man suit. And I'm kind of over that. But the Riri...
And I get what he's saying. But again, if you're looking from a comic standpoint, this is exactly what we got from the actual comics. We got the Iron Spider suit. we got Riri Williams being recruited by Tony Stark, and Tony Stark was basically her mentor, was her it was her understudy. Again, no different than Robin, because then if we look at it in that case, then I got tired of Robin when he became Nightwing, because all he is just a younger version of Batman. You know what I'm saying? Damian Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Jason Todd. There's Batgirl. Hot Wing, hot sauce, whatever. There's all these adjacent Batmans. You know what I mean? So everybody could be Batman in the DC universe. Honestly, you know what I mean? And you don't normally hear that, but I don't think they oversaturated like with what Marvel tried to do, because again, Marvel was wearing out the CGI team, and you get this, you get it, everybody get it. They was giving away like Oprah. So I understand, but I don't I get it, but it's not so oversaturated where it's just like on every single screen on every single movie. So okay, let's hear what we had to say.
Riri Williams' character is a really interesting one. I thought they could do some really cool things with her. And then I saw Wakanda Forever. And I didn't like the movie overall. I didn't think it was terrible, but I didn't like the movie overall. But I really didn't like how they handled Riri at all. Like,
I agree. I told y'all, they used her like a MacGuffin. I did not care for that. That's why I called her MacGuffin, because you don't get a proper introduction to her. She's doing people's homework and stuff like that for money and things like that. And she makes this suit, and it detects vibranium, and she don't even know it. It's just I did not. But again, y'all, I told you, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I'm gonna say it before, I'm gonna say it again. Man, I love being a turtle. But besides that quote, I said Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a great movie. Terrible, very horrible Black Panther story. And I just didn't like the way that they used Riri Williams either as a MacGuffin.
Oh, like we knew she had a series coming, and watching her in Wakanda Forever actually lessened my interest in the series. The same thing that happened with Echo. Like I was super intrigued they were going to do Echo. And then I saw Echo in Hawkeye, and it lessened my interest for the Echo series. And the same kind of things happen here. Then the first trailer came out. I didn't think the first trailer was very good. But now a second trailer has come, and it's terrible.
He said it's terrible.
terrible.
For me, going back into watching it at half speed so I could catch everything, my interest went completely high. Now, that's his, it's his opinion. Just like my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's intriguing to hear what other people have to say. Let's keep going.
Horrible. I mean, this looked less like a Marvel series and more like a rejected Weird Science sequel.
I don't agree with that, especially after I just did we just watched Weird Science, and I'm still editing that video. Still very much editing that video, Mika. It's an hour and a half. I gotta cut a lot of stuff. But I disagree, especially in the reason why I completely disagree with Campia is that scene that you see right there. I disagree because of that scene that you see right there. The reason why is because we don't get enough of this when it comes to Black characters, and it sucks because when we do get it with black characters, it's T'Chaka, and we know what happens to T'Chaka. Now it's Riri's dad. Do you know what I mean? And if you know what's gonna happen to her dad, but it's no different than Uncle Ben, Uncle Aaron. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that sucks. And I wish we still had more. That's why we need Luke Cage. We need Luke Cage because I need more. We need more Rhodey in different stuff because I want that black male representation. Same thing with Captain America. You know what I mean? We need that from Sam Wilson. We still need it. Whether I agree with him being in that suit or not, I still need him. Because I need that black male representation just as much as I need that black female representation. I just need that.
Idea. Except, what's her name? Kelly Brock?
Kelly LeBrock,
Kelly LeBrock popping up at the end.
former Mrs. Steven Seagal.
Whoever
Oh,
her
no.
avatar's name is going to be. Pop up. Hey, everybody.
What
I
up,
was expecting Michael
Evolutionary Comics?
Hall to walk in. Michael C. Hall to walk in.
That would have been great.
And Robert Downey Jr. I mean, there's that's right. It's
There we
connected.
go. Boom.
Weird Science is connected. He was
That's funny. That's funny because Robert Downey Jr. is in Weird Science. Again, me and Mika just watched this, did a whole video. Again, it's an hour and a half. It's so long, and I gotta chop it up. But yeah, no, Weird Science is a totally different pot of beans. I'm sorry. That's a totally, after what we just watched, me and Mika, that's a totally different pot of beans. I can't call it Weird Science. What I do see is something that Thor said in the original Thor movie. He said, you call it science, we call it magic, but it's one and the same. How can they explain what something that happened in Thor, in the original Thor, how can they tie it into this? That's storytelling. If you know anything about wrestling, that's coming full circle on storytelling. You start at the beginning with something, and then it comes at the end, in another point where it ties everything together. That's long-term storytelling.
He was actually a young Tony Stark in Weird Science. There you go. I cracked the code. And then, like, somehow she's pulling Doctor Strange stuff, and she's going to utilize witchcraft to infuse her battle armor. And
I don't think. And see, this is again why I watched it in one half, because I watched it at work. I'm at work, even on my break. You know what I'm saying? I watched it, but I'm like, I want to break this down. I want to slow it down because there's so much stuff that I'm I'm missing and I'm not connecting to. You know what I mean? No, I haven't finished editing it, Pumali, because it's so goddamn long. It's long, and I gotta cut out a lot of stuff because there's nudity and stuff. There's brief nudity and stuff. There's so much stuff I gotta cut. I'm a quarter of the movie in, and I still got a lot of stuff to cut.
listen, I have seen,
But again, that's why I watched it in one half, in half speed, because I believe that the hood is immersing her in some type of dark magic. And I believe that magic is chaos magic. And the reason why I say that is because chaos magic is also the same thing that Thor, let's go back to Thor the Dark World. The reality stone is what? It's red. It's red imbues magic. So I'm trying to tell you, we're talking about reality warping type of thing, because remember, they did the same flip move when you see Riri's homegirl with the glasses, her mom, and then Cree Summers. Remember, they did the same thing in Miss Marvel too when they were doing time with the Bengals, but the Bengals energy was what? It was time. It was green. It was time. It turned into time. I guarantee this is reality warping. This is chaos magic. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm telling y'all now. It's chaos magic.
A number of things where I hated the trailers, and then I'm like, oh my God, that was great. And I'm going to sit here and hope that's the case with Ironheart. I am. But I just got to call it as I see it. As excited as I was about the character initially, I don't think they've done the character any favors here. And I just don't think this looks very good. Anyway, Rob, you had a chance to see the second trailer. What did you think?
Well, I thought the cinematography, I liked the way it looked.
Yeah.
I thought it had a slick look to it. But to me, again, it seemed, you know what? It's kind of like, it seems like this show is too far, if this makes any sense, too far removed from the MCU, because I felt Riri Williams was kind of forced into Wakanda Forever.
She was.
It felt.
I agree with that. She was forced into Wakanda Forever because she was a MacGuffin.
Something like Wakanda's interesting enough,
And they had enough going on that movie, especially with Talocan,
the Talocan Empire and all that. And I felt like it was
agree.
kind of a half-baked idea. I mean, I understand why the impulse of incorporating her into the storyline is I think a good one. But then again, like you said, it's mysticism. So we've got now Doctor Strange's powers along with the Iron Man. It just seems.
I think they're missing it. Dre, see how we critique versus how. Oh yeah. But I think they're missing it. I believe that there's chaos magic and there's reality warping going on And we kind of seen this in What If, the episode where Hawkeye and Shang-Chi face off against his sister who had the power of the hood. And I think we're kind of missing something that could actually be hella dope to throw that in. I just think we're missing something. I think they watched it and be like, I don't like it. Because at first, I'm not going to lie. What's up, M. Nemesis? What's going on? Mr. Moody, good morning. You know, and again, when I first seen it, there was so much going on that I completely missed it. So my idea was when I got in this morning, I said, well, I want to see it in half speed. The reason why is because I know that there's something that I'm missing. I know it's something that I'm missing. I was like, because it went too fast. So me breaking it down is why I broke it down the way that I broke it down and start to see it basically shot for shot. Now, if you're just, and again, I agree, because when I first seen the trailer, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then it clicked. I'm like, I just need to see it again. But let me slow it down. And that's all I did so I could catch everything. And I'm more excited about the show after seeing it and thinking about all the things that could be than I was when I just watched it in regular speed.
It's too much to me. And I'm like, is this the direction we want to go in? Although I will say this, I like the cast. You know, I like how they look. I mean, they seem like
I have no complaints about how any of the performances look so far. The performances look like they'll be good.
Yeah, it just seems like it's removed. It's to me, it felt way removed from where the MCU was going. It feels like it's almost like too little, too late, or this is something we should have seen 2 phases ago. I mean,
I think I know where he's talking about, because when we introduced Wanda Maximoff and Pietro, that's when we started to get, in Doctor Strange, we started to get more into the magic. Of course, we know Occurrence is coming. And honestly, this doesn't look like it has anything to do with the multiverse. Again, this is a Disney Plus show, and I didn't expect it to. At the same time, there is a thing called Secret Wars that's going to be coming up. So how does this tie into Battle World, Magic, bringing Wanda back? You know what I'm saying? Having Billy and Tommy and all. How does this work? That's why I'm more intrigued with the mystical side, because again, we're going to have to eventually we're going to have to introduce either Johnny Blaze or Anthony Reyes as the Ghost Rider. You know, we just literally remember Werewolf by Night was, I know it was a few years ago, but Werewolf by Night was out there, y'all. So there's a mystical horror side. What if this ties into that mystical horror? I'm just saying, I'm looking at the possibilities because I'm gassing myself up. I'm lifting my expectations high, and I know I should put them over here with these old ass tickets that AMC gave me when they gave me my money back on something. I know this, but if they do it right, my thing is, what if they do it right? I don't know.
I don't know who this is for necessarily, but like you said, it could be good.
Listen, there have been, I feel like almost every month there's something that comes out where I thought it looked terrible, and I'm going, wow, actually that was pretty good. And hopefully that will be the case here.
Look, I'm still somebody who thinks bringing in the TVA to the MCU was a mistake. So what does that say about me?
Well, anyway, guys, the question is for you. What did you think about the trailer? How are they I think they're releasing it 3 episodes on week 1, and then they're releasing the last 3 episodes sequentially.
Yeah,
I think so. Anyway, we want to take a second to think of.
All right. So that was John Campia in his thoughts. What did you guys think about what John Campia said? If you are watching this on the replay, put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. Here's my final thoughts on this. I know I should temper my I know, and I do this all the time, y'all. I do this. I hype myself up for a little bit of what I'm seeing. I hype myself up. I thought Agatha was going to be a lot scarier than I was. I mean, it wasn't. I come from the 80s. There's not horror. Horror is when you get a letter in the mail saying it's yours and you need to pay $1,200 a month. That's horror. Horror is thin line between love and hate, which I can't wait to do that next week on next Monday when I come back. You know what I mean? Bring back Tommy as Ghost Rider. You know what I mean? I just okay. All right. I know I said that I would love Keanu Reeves to be Silver Surfer. I would love for him to be the Ghost Rider too. He'll be freaking amazing as Ghost Rider. Oh my God. But anyway. But this is my thoughts. I'm hyping myself up for this show because I slowed it down and actually seen the gist of what could be. And that's all it is, what it could be. I don't know. But one thing that they did do right, well, we got to give Marvel his props. And I'm going to, he's just the executive producer. But showing her father, and I hope they show an actual time period of a good relationship with them. You know what I mean? For the simple fact is that Black fathers matter. And we're getting ready to have Father's Day this weekend, or not this weekend. This weekend, Sunday, is Father's Day. So to show that positive representation that we haven't really seen since Black Panther. You know what I mean? I'm all for that. Showing intelligent, nerdy, geeky sisters, I'm most definitely for that. There's nothing sexier than a nerdy girl. I'm sorry. There's nothing. Oh, my Lord. Anyway, because I'm going to go on the deep end. But Kendrick's in Toronto for Fathers. Oh, my God. But I'm going to give this a huge chance. Now, again, I'm excited. I know John watched that and he says I'm different. I watched it. I was like that a little bit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Until like I said, that's slowing it down, really getting it shot by shot, kind of be like, wait a minute, but they got this. Wait a minute, they got that. What can we do with that? I don't know, man. I think we might have something, y'all. I don't know. I think we might have something. Again, I'm hyping myself up. But because, like I said, did he write this? I don't know who the writer of this show is. Let me just look real quick and let me see who wrote this. Because again, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man surprised the whole entire hell out of me. It surprised the whole entire hell out of me. What the heck? So, I don't know. I didn't know it was going to be Craig, the guy who did Craig of the Creek, but yeah. So, who are the writers of this show? Give me just a second. Let me see who the writers are for this show. Okay, the Disney Plus series features, is it Chinaka Hodge as the head writer? It's a sister that wrote this. Matter of fact, hold up. Okay. First of all, shout out to the sister for writing this. Shout out to her for writing this. I got you, Mickey G. But other writers include Francesca Gales, Jacqueline Gales, Amir Suleiman, Mallory Howard, and Christina Martinez. It look like, Francisca. That's I think Amir is probably a man. But they got a whole group of sisters on this one. A whole group of ladies on this one. You know what I mean? According to IMDb, the series also draws inspiration from the comics with Brian Michael Bendis and Mike Diodato Jr. credited for their work on the original material. Let me see. Do people wrote each one of those wrote an episode? Brian Michael Bendis might have a little input into this, but they don't say that, that Brian Michael Bendis was most definitely a a main contributor to the actual story. He didn't write any of the story. Shanaka Hodge wrote the first episode, then Mallory wrote the second one. Francesca and Jacqueline Gales wrote episode 3. Amir wrote episode 4. Episode 5 was written by Christine Martinez, and episode 6 was again Shanaka. I think it's one of Shanaka. It could be Shanaka. I believe it's Shanaka. So yeah, and Cree Summers is in this movie. Sacha Baron Cohen. I did hear that he's Mephisto. He's in this, so yeah. They haven't said anybody else is in here. So yeah, I haven't heard anybody else. This is the only. I'm gonna tell you this. It's the only thing that scares me, and I just hope they don't do this. I hope they don't do this. Okay, Mallory Howard, Francesca Gales, Jacqueline J. Gales, Amir Suleiman, and Krista Martinez were writers on the series alongside Hodge. With Gales both previously writing for the Marvel Studio series She-Hulk Attorney at Law. And y'all know how I feel about She-Hulk and the way that they, it was a lot of men bad, women good that was going on in there that I did not like, which it was basically they were trolling, but I still didn't know. I need just an emotional story to get me invested in a Riri Williams. So all the other stuff, I don't think that this is. Yeah. Okay. So. All right, so let me just read this real quick, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. Dominique Thorne was revealed to have been cast as Riri Williams Ironheart with the series announcement after Marvel Studios offered her the role without auditioning. So she didn't have to audition; she got the role without auditioning. Thorne had previously auditioned for Black Panther and was told then by Marvel Studios that they wanted to work with her on a future project once she had more experience. So she looked like she could have actually been Shuri in Black Panther, right? So did not know that. Good to know. All right. In February 2022, Anthony Ramos joined the series as Parker Robbins, a.k.a. The Hood, described as a key role in the series' main villain. Deadline Hollywood reported that his role would expand to other MCU projects. Similar to how Jonathan Majors appeared out He Who Remains in the first season of the television series Loki, ahead of the appearance as Kang the Conqueror in the Ant-Man and the Wasp films, Ant-Man and the Wasp of the Quantumania. Later that month, Lyric Ross was cast as Ryu's best friend. Okay, so it looks like Anthony Ramos is going to be on a bigger product than we expect. I want to interview this dude. How do I get into contact with his team? I just want to interview this guy. I do. I want to meet him though in person, but I want to interview him for real. You know what I mean? So it looks like he's just not going to be a one and done villain in this series. Anthony's going on to bigger and better things, and I cannot be more excited for this dude. I'm telling you, I am a fan. Not in the Drake type of. But yeah, he said, I'm gonna go get his number first, but I would love to interview this guy, man. I'm just a fan. I am a true fan of his. Again, thank you, Hamilton, because there's a couple of people out of Hamilton that I need to be in some movies. A couple of them, because Hamilton is just that damn good. If you haven't watched Hamilton, you are asleep. I was in a coma. For real. So I'm excited. I think I'm more excited about this series because there's some people that I'm invested in. Dominique Thorne, Anthony Ramos. I want to see this cast. I love the fact that they got the sisters out there looking geeky and beautiful and all of that. I am so excited about this. I'm excited. I don't know about y'all, but look at me. I'm excited. I am. Look at me, excited about a Marvel product, man. Hold up. Let me take a 30-second break and let me get my thoughts back together. All right, all right, all right. I just had to do that one time because I already know, and I'm not even gonna hold you. Soon as he make a video calling this woke, I am going to do a reaction video to that. I can't wait. I can't, because he gonna be like, this right here is WOKE, and I can't wait to roast his monkey ass. All right, taste the biscuits, taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Gotta taste the biscuits. All right, let me get you guys up out of here. Thank you guys. With the honey sauce. Oh yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. What did you guys think about me breaking down the trailer, going by scene? What you think about what Campia said? Put it in the comment section below, and please let me know what you guys think. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe hard, man. Enjoy the rest of you guys this Tuesday. Where's my outro at? Look, you already know I've been here long enough, so I gotta go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Huh. Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe hard, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.